Drop it.
And what's up, everybody? How is everybody doing? Let's do the roll call here. We got everybody here. See a few names that I will be meeting with a little later. Yeah, shout outs to Brian Lewis. Absolutely killing it. $52,000 in 3 months. Brian Lewis, way to go. We have a one-on-one today, but it's just going to be more like a cheerleading type of exercise because I tried to nitpicky Brian, and I was like, wait, so we got 8 trades, 9 trades. Those were all scaling in trades. So Brian is doing everything he's supposed to do. I freaking love it. 52K in 3 months, Brian. Dope, dope, dope. People like you made trade 1348, Phil. I don't know. Cookie, like nipples. Anyways, let's go ahead and do the roll call really quick. D Young, Frank B. NY Drew, H. Houston, Navin, Pablo, good morning. Samuel, Brandon, Chris B, Jimmy Spencer, good morning. We'll be meeting with Jimmy a little later. Jesse V, Manny, Zada, Matt Rail. Matt's been doing really good, guys. That degenerate son of a bitch. I love him. And we got Orlando. What's up, brother? Fizzy Fuzzy. Still, man, I love that name. We got everybody here. The Gamer, Kai, Aaron, Gary, Yonik, Richard Petty, Anthony, what's up? Zabi, Solomon, Zeke, Skincare Scrubs, how you doing? Kai, Scott, Fitztrader, the Tit Guy, Lofty, Timo, Shady Max, Eric Carmick. Wow. Bill Guys, Benjamin. Wait. There's a lot more people than usual here. Richard, Dynamite, Philip, good morning. I'll be meeting with you later, Philip. Big Joe, Crisker, how you doing? Ralph, William, X-Rater, Anita, good morning. How are you, Anita? Sean, Big Joe, Warren, what's up? All right, good morning, everybody. Wow, I enjoy my coffee. Here we go. Well, a lot of people are snowed in today, huh? The Northeast, Midwest, you guys get that. Water crystal. Oh, man, be safe out there, man. And don't blow your back trying to, like, plow snow. One of the reasons why I left the Northeast and the Midwest. Can't do it. All right. So what I can do is trade. I can trade my ass off. But plow snow? I'm hiring some illegals. All right. So, Ralph. Good point. All right. So I want to get into a concept here, just really, really quickly. We're going to go ahead and minimize some of the indicators that I may have here, and we're gonna hide some of the stuff here. Okay, so we're going to show you guys something, right? What we're going to do, we're going to head on over to the church here, and what we're looking at is NQ. And what I'm going to add here, right, is I'm going to add VWAP, not because I'm using it as an indicator, but the volume weighted average price. Okay, so let's go ahead and click that. All right, this is VWAP. So as it stands with VWAP, we are definitely well below the pricing here, right? And so average price should be up here, right? So below VWAP, bearish, above VWAP, bullish, right? But something about this. So VWAP is used by institutions and traders alike, right, to determine the best price to buy. So pro traders like to buy below VWAP. I'll show this to you guys, right? Institutional traders, here we go. Institutional traders use the VWAP to move into and out of stocks with a minimal price impact, as well as to gauge when price is too extended. For example, they may buy below the VWAP or sell above the VWAP to push the price back to an average instead of away from it. This helps them to maintain an orderly market. Okay, so you guys understand what this is, right? Okay, so that's VWAP. Now, let's go ahead and get back to it. So here we are back on a chart of VWAP, right? And if we see that we're overly extended to the downside here, right, but we not want to see it revert to a mean here, okay? We want to see it revert to a mean. Now, this isn't me saying, hey guys, use VWAP. No, I'm not saying for you to use VWAP. Richard, right? Richard, don't give yourself like don't castrate yourself cognitively. Okay. The point I'm trying to make here is when we trade and we're trading with a stop loss. No, Richard, you're fine. You're fine. Right? They're trading with a stop loss, right? And or if we're trading small, you guys saw me trading smaller, right? Okay, so I get a lot of questions. Gabe, where's your stop loss? And I sort of kind of like have a visual of what my stop loss is and a hard number based on my overall performance, which is typically a 2-to-1. So for every 12,000 I make, I lose about 6,000. Those are my stats historically. And so what I say is, okay, well, 6,000, that puts me on alert. Danger zone is 12,000 for me. Why? Because that's a 1-to-1 now, right? So we have to consider what a 1-to-1 is at all times, and we enter a trade and scale accordingly, right? And we manage our risk based on what our 1-to-1 is. Now, when we go into a trade design and we see the trade designs and we set up our trade designs, we have a setting. Our setting says, how much are you willing to risk per trade? We can go ahead and look at that setting right here. I'm going to go ahead and turn on, we'll look at the settings really quickly here. Okay. When we show position sizing, we set a max loss per trade, right? If you're setting a max loss per trade at 200, ideally, you would want to make 300 or 400. Okay. Now, that's a 2-to-1 or 1.5-to-1. If you're setting a max loss to 100, then ideally your take profit should be a 1.5-to-1, which would be 150 to 200 in profit, right? All right, everybody gets that thus far, right? When we set up Titan GT, when we first set it up, we have to establish what our maximum risk is. Now, our maximum risk is a moving target. As we collect our data and we input that data into TradeZilla, and we're able to see what our general performance is, right? Our cadence. What is our general performance? Well, when I enter a trade, I'm a nervous fucking wreck and I only make $25 on a trade. Okay, cool. That means now your risk needs to be $13. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, now we got to find the instrument that allows your risk profile to sort of kind of like oscillate within a $13 risk parameter. Now, this is just for, I guess, example, right? It's going to be kind of hard fetched finding something that gives you a $13 risk, right? I mean, with MES, you're looking at what? $50, $5 a point, so $3. That's going to get you about $20 right there, right? Then about there, $20, not bad. But again, you have to be able to establish your risk profile, input your data, understand what you're working with. And at most, you say, okay, well, the most I'm going to allow myself to lose is the most I make. So let's say you are making $150 per trade. Initially, the most you're going to allow yourself to lose is $150 per trade. Hold on. That's the most you're going to allow yourself to lose. Right now, I don't expect you to lose $150 if we're allocating in fractions, right? So instead of a full allocation, we would allocate at a quarter or 50 percentile of our assumed allocation, right? So we're never really going to hit that drawdown of 150. And of course, we add to our winners, which then exponentially, grows the upside for us, right? So everyone following along so far, I hope I'm just not talking to myself. I really hope everyone's paying attention because this is really, really, really important. You have to know what you can tolerate, right, to the downside based on what your general performance is to the upside. Okay. You can't just say like, well, I make $500 on average, and then I allow myself to lose $1,000 because everyone's experienced this where you've had green days, boom, red day, twice the size. And you're like, what? Okay. So now we're going to get back to VWAP. Then we're going to understand like allocation, and we're going to understand what I just meant by this, right? We'll get to this, right? So they try to minimize price impact as well as gauge when price is too extended. They may buy below VWAP and sell above VWAP, right? What they're doing is they're averaging in. They're averaging in, and they're, again, volume weighted adjusted price, right? So it's an average or a volume weighted average price, however you want to say that, right? It's an average. So you can go ahead and average into your trade, right? To get like the best deal, right? This is going to keep you from setting a stop too aggressively, setting a stop too prematurely, right? Because let's go ahead and look at the chart for a second. Well, before we do, I just want to make sure everybody's got a grasp of what was going on. And yesterday's close was awesome, but yesterday's close, nobody knew what was happening. It was the last 10 minutes. You were gambling, you were betting. Yes, I had this conversation with Hot Potato. Even though our indicators prepared you for that close, it is always a gamble. So be mindful of that. There's a lot of money being made, but damn, if you can't afford to lose it, don't play it. Just want to make sure that everybody gets and they understand what's going on at this point. If you're just tuning in onto the stream, make sure you hit rewind, play catch up, do whatever, right? We're going to get back to the charts here. Pull this up. Where are you? Right here. Why aren't you pulling up? Okay, cool. So, back on the charts. I'm going to go ahead and hide this. This will be hidden. And I'm going to turn on my indicators here. Okay. So, of course, we're trending down, right? Of course, we're trending down. Of course, we have the secret sauce. We know what's up, right? Let's go ahead and hide the predictive levels for a second, because with Titan AI or Titan GT, the predictive levels show themselves in the trade design. You'll see them there, right? They're marked off already. So we know what those levels are, right? And I just don't want to clutter the screen here. But we have our entry here. And let's say we're going short, we have our entry, right? And if we're going short, then that means we want the highest dollar amount or the highest value, right? You guys are following me so far? Right? So if you're selling, you want to sell for the most, correct? Correct? I know there's a delay on YouTube, but still, guys, when we're selling, we want to sell for the most. Okay, correct. All right, cool. So if this is a market and this was our sell point, which is our entry, I'm going to mark this red, right? Or yellow, if you will. And so then we also have a stop up here, right? And the stop is based on, an allocation or based on the risk profile that you set, right? It says the risk profile, you can't take this trade, is too large because NQ is too large for the $200 risk that we have by default, okay? Now, if the trade, right, if we have the entire thesis going short, where we have Excel coming on down, the band is down, right? We got Dave Trends down, trend tracker pointing down, right? But we have a moment where the candle does this, right? Where the candle pops up, right? Stops you out. And then you're like, damn, you realize the loss, right? You realized the loss. Not only did you realize the loss, but you realized the loss on a full allocation, 100% of your planned allocation. Well, if we did a 50% allocation, technically our stop is twice as big. But see, here is the issue. Here's the issue. If we were willing to sell, or excuse me, if we thought that we wanted to buy at 22,231, right? Or sell rather. We're selling. We're selling at 22,231, right? And we think that that is a good deal. Well, wouldn't this be a better deal at 22.44? We're selling, right? Obviously, we want to sell for more, right or wrong. If you're selling a house, are you going to sell for less or are you going to sell for more? Well, you want to sell for more. Okay. So that's why we would go ahead and say, I'm not going to do 4 contracts here. I'll do 1 in case it hits my stop or my presumed stop up here. I don't have to stop out. I can enter another portion of my allocation, right? And get a better selling price or a better average selling price. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? It also exposes you to less risk because you're trading smaller. You're exposed to less risk, but getting the ideal or better ideal average entry price. That's why when you go into your trade seller guys and you look at your average entry, right? That's what it's doing. It's looking at all your entries where you averaged in, and it looks at your average entry price. This is what's important, right? It's your average entry price. Now, Trend Tracker does really help with scaling into trades. Okay. So what we're saying here is don't put all your eggs in one basket. This is trading after all. It's trading. If you tell me, hey, look at, you're going to sell here and there's a 50% chance that you're going to lose it all because trading's binary. But then I have an option to go smaller until the trade has confirmed itself and given me more confidence and more confluences with our indicators. That's the way to go, is it not? Yeah. Same thing when we're buying. Now, when we're buying, we can go to another moment in time here, right? When we're buying, how many times have you gone to Target or a Best Buy? You bought a screen TV, and then a week later it's on sale. Now, some of them will go ahead and honor the sell price, right? Because it changed. But imagine buying a TV right before the Super Bowl, and then the day of the Super Bowl is discounted 35%. Well, I mean, your average cost of the TV, if you bought it again, would go down, although it would cost you more in total, right? But what if we were like, okay, delayed gratification? I'm going to set money aside between now and game day. I'm going to set money aside. And so then setting 300 aside, 300 aside, 300 aside. But then for game day, okay, yeah, it's on sale. It's on sale not for $1,600, but for 1,000. Well, guess what? You planned your risk. You planned your risk by setting money aside, but you discounted your risk by waiting or allowing the trade to develop and or allocating bit by bit. Does that make sense? Right? Now, Andrew Moon says, I guess the target level today is yesterday's daily candle. Who knows? Right? So now, here we are. At the end of the day, this was an 8-1, guys. So Even if you did a half allocation where you halved your risk, you still potentially made a 4-to-1. Cut your risk in half to make a 4-to-1. What? Right? Andrew, have fun at the gym, dude. So that's what I want you guys to consider when you're entering a trade. And this is why I always say trade small to win big. Trade small to win big. Okay. That is so important. Right? If you trade big, you're not going to win big because you're not going to be able to stomach this move here. You're just not. The guy who trades smaller will be able to stomach this move and hold on for the entirety, right? Which is all the way down here to the bottom of trend tracker. This is why trading small is so important, right? And this is why when you see those idiots at Top Step who are oversizing, you see Patrick Weiland who's oversizing, right? It gives the wrong impression. That is not trading. There's no rhyme or reason to what they're doing. What we do here at Trade 1348, there's rhyme and reason. There's color confluence. There are multiple indicators. We're giving you the confidence right through and through. We show you why things do what it does. And then we have the mechanics and we have the mathematics that support what we do. Those guys are fucking gambling. Those guys, remember, even Patrick Weiland, he's an affiliate for all these prop firms. So where's his money going to be made? His money's going to be made on everybody buying additional prop firms. The prop firms, where are their money made? Their money's not made on going dollar for dollar and matching a profitable trader. No, their money's made on failure. So you really have to think about why they're doing what they're doing. If I'm a prop firm, I'm doing what I did yesterday. You guys saw me yesterday where it came all the way down. And if you were following me and you didn't have the gumption or the know-how and knowledge and understanding of what I was doing, you were following me and maybe you were losing money with me. As a pro firm, that's exactly what I would do. I'll go ahead and size small. I'll lose that money. It's cool. I'm not losing $8,000 if I'm blowing up $50,000 worth of accounts. Oh. So that's actually a good question. Right here, the 845, this would have been a signal to get out. Now, Fuzzy Fuzzy actually brings up a really, really good question here, right? He says, you always say to get out of the trade when the band changes. So would he have gone out at 845? Absolutely. But check this out. Remember, we were just talking about like getting a better average price? Well, if we got out here, I let this bad boy come back up. Guess what? We get a better average fill, right? Because we're going to sell for more. Right or wrong? Right or wrong? Yes. Candle change right here. Cool. Sell, right? Comes right back up. All right. Cool. Oh, we got another potential band flip. How's yeah? Let's go. Why? Because I want to sell for more. This chart lays everything out for you. You guys have to stop thinking about it like this is a place where I make money and start thinking about it from a very common sense type of like a merchant, right? That there's nobody in business who's going to sell you something for less than their cost. Don't believe it. Yeah, I'm sorry. You Asians and you Indians, you love to be like, but that's my cost. But that's shut the fuck up. No, it's not. We're like, you're going to lose money. No, you're not. No, just shut up. I don't give a fuck if you gotta feed like your kids or not. Like, honestly, you're gonna sell me this, and this is the price I want. Seriously. Like, oh my god. Asians are the most pushiest salesmen, right? And Indians are the fucking cheapest of all salesmen. Oh my god, they're just so goddamn stubborn. I'm sorry. Just it's true. Right. You know, not to sound racist, because I'm not. It's just a stereotype that just happens to hold true. Costco chickens, but it's a loss leader because they're buying other things. Yeah, this so McDonald's has a loss leader, right? The loss leader would be like the French fries, but it's to then turning on over to, hey, motherfucker, don't choke. You need some soda? All right, that's where we're going to gouge you 1100%. Jesus. So here we go. The trade is the trade. This was the trade of the day, right? You got in here, you had an opportunity to re-enter here, right? Hey, you made some money, right? So what are we doing here? Well, we're doing nothing. The best Coke ever is from McDonald's. Yeah, they got a higher syrup concentration. I'm convinced that McDonald's does have a higher syrup concentration. It's sweet as hell. Okay, so this is NQ. Nothing really going on. Nothing going on. ES, is there anything going on? Okay, so ES here. We got a break above here. Things get interesting, right? But for the most part, it's in a downtrend. Everything's in a downtrend, guys. You should have made your money and been done. It's just done. Obviously, we're gonna go with the trend, right? So another thing that you could do, guys, is like if you are unsure, the trend says down, right? So you have, okay, so now we got a great candle, but this is what you can do. If the trend is down and it looks like, okay, actually, let's go to NQ because I'm not going to pass up this opportunity to make some money. I need to make some money. I got money to make, right? All right, J-Mac, be safe out there. Okay, so we got the candle breaking the band here, right? I'll go ahead and I'll buy some, right? I'll just buy some. It's 2 contracts. It's nothing, right? It's nothing. Now, 2 contracts is a tenth of what my all-in size would be, which could be up to 20. Okay. Now, I'm in. We're up. We're down. We're up. Right. Now, let's say this thing comes down to the bottom of the band, but I know we had this bounce here. And I want to show you guys something. All right, we're going to go ahead and expand my other indicators here. So, yeah, we've been in a downtrend. This has kept you in the trend all the way down. This is die gap, which can be found at gabetrades.com, right? But look what we have here with RSI, right? This is something I'm paying attention. RSI coming up into its moving average, potentially breaking it, right? Which means that I can probably, if it breaks, I could probably write it up to at about 22,170 and or maybe the 50 line here on the RSI, right? So you see here, not a whole lot going on, but we got RSI flickering here, green, red. We got the moving average there. Okay, so let me go ahead and just minimize this down to 40. Who cares? We're chilling, right? Average price, baby. I can go ahead and get this cheaper, right? I'll go ahead and buy 2 more. Just get it cheaper, right? So now I'm down 360, 520 bucks. Who cares, right? I got the bottom of the band, which I could get it even cheaper. Now I'm trading against the trend, which is something you're not supposed to do, right? Hey, you got a DM somewhere? I have to tell you a couple of things. Andrew Moons, you can go ahead and DM me in the Discord. All right. So go ahead and let this thing do its thing. Okay. William Holman made his 1.5 on MES a little while ago, and he's done. That is perfect. He is done. No, I'm not done. I'm down. Oh my God. I'm down $720, which is 0.01% of my board. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. See, this is why I like to trade small. I really don't give a damn about this trade, right? Also, if I were to hold, right? It makes it easier to hold. When you trade small, it makes it easier to hold. It makes it easier for you to just go about your day. Like, okay, well, I got a nice average price. I bought it. Hold on. Hold on. You guys ready for this? Who's ready for this? You guys ready? Who's ready? Who's ready? Who is ready for this? Ready? I bought it for cheaper than it was up here. So the markets show me where it's been. The markets show me where some average prices have been. You think I'm worried? You think I'm worried? I'll go ahead and sit on this all freaking day. See if I'm worried. Okay? We see where the market's been. I am not worried one bit. Now, sure, this thing can go ahead and go against me. Sure, we can go into a bear market at any given time. But guess what? I'm not exposed. I am not exposed at all. Again, I'm down less than 0.01% of my port. That's how you guys have to trade. It's so damn calming. It is so calming when you trade that small. I really don't care about $1,200. Okay? I know at some point the market reacted to something at 8 o'clock, right? We're bouncing off of something here. And then we have RSI encroaching. It's moving average. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it's fine. It's a market after all, guys. Right? It's a market after all. Oh, I'll go ahead and just buy 2 more. Now, what I've done is I'm saying I'm buying it. You're going to give it to me for cheaper, right? And because you're giving it to me for cheaper now, understand, guys, my whole entire allocation could be up to 20 contracts. But the market just keeps giving it to me cheaper. And because it's giving it to me cheaper, I want you to think about Walmart. Because Walmart gets their products cheaper, they can sell for cheaper. So what do you think is happening here when they average down to make it cheaper? That means that it's cheaper for me to be in profit. So maybe I do sell cheaper, but guess what? I got out of the trade profitable. Is that making sense? Is that making sense? I hope so. So I'm able to buy it cheaper at volume and make more money. Oh, that's the Walmart way, boys and girls. They buy cheaper at volume, high volume, to make more money. So what I'm doing is I'm saying, okay, well, I can get it cheaper. I'm not going to blow my load, 6 contracts, right? But I can build on volume. And of course, I could sell for cheaper. So I'll wait for it to come on down a little more and give me a better average price, or I could just buy right here. There you go. And I'm going to let this thing do its thing. We're 8 contracts in. I don't need any more. Now, we'll just wait for, I bought it. I'm waiting for the, I'm going to start, I'll become a seller. Buyers become sellers. I will become a seller. I would just have to wait for other people to say, like, yeah, I want to buy at this point. Now it's cheaper for me to sell to them, right? They want to buy it. Okay, cool. Right? It costs me less. That's it. And so then run profit. Now I got buyers. So like, yeah, you know what? We'll buy it for me for 640, 840. 600. We have buyers, right? And so now I'm sitting in the market saying, okay, well, what's my price? What are the buyers willing to do? No, the buyers, they were like, okay, well, we're here and now we're not here, right? But you could see there's some interest in this area. We got the wicks here, boys and girls, right? All I'm going to do, all I'm going to do is say, based on this candle and based on the average of this line right here, I know that the buyers may be willing to come up to that point. So I'm going to sell 8 contracts somewhere around there as we approach the median on trend tracker. So I'll go ahead and say, all right, we're going to sell 8 right about here. And that's not a big ask. I'm not asking a lot. I'm not price gouging anyone. I'm not saying, hey, yeah, I'm just chilling. You guys see me up $1,000. We're just chilling. What are we doing? We're waiting for the buyers to come in, right? All we did was we opened up shop early, started baking our cookies, and we're waiting for the customers to come in. That's all we did, right? Think of trading like a business, right? Not so much about like your life savings. If you're thinking about, oh my God, my life savings, you're trading too big. 100%, right? If you're thinking about it as like, oh, this is my scratch off ticket, you're fucking dumb. If you're thinking about it like, oh, this is a quick, easy money. No, this is a business. You need to have, just that business mindset. Okay. You have that business mindset. You sell for more, right? Who cuts coupons? Who cuts coupons? Who goes ahead and looks for discount codes? Every single fucking one of you. You guys won't buy any of my fucking products unless I give you a fucking coupon. It's true. And everyone come in like, hey, Gabe, you gotta, you gotta, I'm an OG. I don't give a fuck. It's honestly, no. Sometimes I'll do a promo. I don't give a shit if you're an OG, right? I'll sell it to you at cost. I had my price. I have my price. My price is my price, right? So with the market's price is the market's price. I can sit on this trade and not bat an eye. Not give a rat's ass, right? They got people asking me for discounts on Longevity Club, discounts on Magnificent 5. Listen, Magnificent 5 is the discount to Longevity Club. That's what it is. It's $1,500 in a group setting, but we meet every Saturday, twice a week, twice a month, just like Longevity. But Longevity is more one-on-one. So it's a little more intense for Longevity, right? Hit my DMs, man. You guys really want to change your trajectory? Just count on me. Just a guy, the brown guy, with the Yankee hat, who's showing you every single day that all he does is win. We're up 1,000. This is beautiful, right? So what's my time worth? I've been in the market for 45 minutes. It's 10:28. I saw $1,000. Now, how much does the average gas station pull in profit on a daily basis? A mom and pop sitco, right? They're probably pulling in maybe $1,000 of profit on average. I have no inventory. I have no employees. I have no contribution to society except fattening my pockets and going ahead and buying a new car every 3 months. When I sit here and I see $1,000, I'm like, thank you. I see $1,200. I'm like, thank you. That's what we're doing here. $1,400 right? My time is valuable. I'm making more than most attorneys. I'm making more than most doctors. Actually, a lot of doctors wish they were me. It's just true. That's 1500. Where are we going, right? Now, that would be the target, but hey, I'm chilling. I'm not going to put that much pressure on myself. We go ahead and we hit this limit right here. We make money. Or I could just take the money now. It's $1,000. Setting on a trade right now as we speak, like I'm constipated. Jesus Christ, that's never fun. I have $2,000, guys. Come on. I'm $2,000. 2,400 bucks. All right, I got my fill. We're done. That's how trading is done. Hey, Houston, you can wait on a trade design. But that's how trading is done. All right, let me show you. Die gap. Having this indicator here alone is worth the $100 over at Gabe Trades. I'm going to be honest, right? Because me having this here and that as my visualizer was the difference between $1,000 and $2,000 for me. Because I saw the momentum. That was the difference between, oh, I'm going to take it at 1,000 versus 2,000. Okay. That's the difference. So get on over to Gabe Trades, even if it's just for this indicator. I'm like, this thing just takes off. Oh, wow. But let's look at our friend over here. Remember, we were talking about this very moment here. This very moment, it was either this level or hitting the 50 mark on our side. But this is the moment we were talking about. Guys, I'm hardly wrong. I'm hardly wrong. Hold on. Let me make this clear. It's not that I'm hardly wrong. It's that I trust my charts. I held longer because it was below, and it's part of my general thesis of what's happening with RSI. That's really it. Okay. I knew what was happening. They know what was happening. So I made my $2,000. You guys saw me make 8K yesterday, 2K today. That's 10K in 2 trading days live. Let's not even talk about what I do privately, but live. I'm done here. We're done here. You guys know what to do. You want to take it to the next level? Go ahead, check out trades. Trade1348.com. You want to take the next level with me? Check me out at Longevity Club and or Magnificent 5. You want to go ahead and get this indicator so you can take it to the next level for yourself. Head on over to Gabe Trades and enjoy that community. That community, they're killing it. They're having fun, smart, accountable, just traders over there. Fucking love these guys. Right? The best decision ever made. Oh, no, Ralph. I was talking die gap as well. RSI accompanied it. I never rely on one indicator. Ever. Relying on one indicator is like relying on her to take a birth control. Hell no. We're doing birth control, we're doing condom, and we're pulling out. Performances. Man, no, we're not. Peace.